What is going on, ESGN Nation, and welcome back to another episode here today of the coaching carousel of Matt Marvel here on the channel. As we are back here, as we see here, we're in our bye week. This is week 6 of the 2004-2025 season, and we are currently 5-0, and we are looking very sharp going into these first 5 games here. And it's been a wild one. We got a big win against was it Navy a while back, and of course this team's been clicking here with Coach Matt Marvel taking the helm as the offensive coordinator. There you see Seth's numbers here this season so far: 1,802 yards, 25 touchdowns, and look at that, 1 interception so far. That is great. That's what I like to see from our quarterback. Offensive line doing very well. Of course, there's been times where they've got us sacked. So far, we've been sacked 9 times. But I guess they don't have the numbers up there for hurries. I'm sure our hurries is probably well in the double digits there, as we've been pretty much running our life. Try to get that ball out of our hands, or at least get it in position where we can gain some ground gain some yards on the ground. Anderson, 1,368 yards with 12 rushing touchdowns this season, and of course he's been talked about quite a bit amongst the people in the world of college football as being part of the Heisman Trophy race. And with those kind of numbers there, yeah, you have to consider it. Of course, Thomas right behind him with 5, and of course Sutton Smith with rushing touchdown for 4 carries of 25 yards. So it's been pretty good. Getting a lot of help from the backups there as well. Wide receiving wise, Drake has the most catches, but has 493 yards. Taylor has the most yardage, but has 23 receptions. Drake, for whatever reason, he is just a guy that he's our clutch guy. He's our slot receiver, and he is getting in there. He has 12 touchdowns so far this season, and he is doing a great job there for us. As you see, look at his physicals there: cutter, press pro, of course double dip, sure hands, and recoup. This kid has been just been a baller when it comes to the receiving game there for us this season, and we're hoping to see more of that here as we get deeper and deeper into the season. And of course, Rock Taylor, we'll see him here, I believe, here in a bit too as well. But he's been doing a great job there for us, and we just got to get him more opportunities. We got to get him. But the thing is, with him, he is covered quite often and covered very well. So, I'm not going to throw the ball to him when he is double coverage. There's been times where he's been triple coverage. So they're going to keep a close eye on him. But I think at some point here, they're going to start keying and locking on Drake. Now, as for the blocking there, you see not too many sacks. We did get sacked 9 times, but most of those were cover sacks there. So we've only given up. We've had 4 different guys that have let a sack come through. As for tackles there, tight end Taylor is our most, or has the most, or maybe it's Mackey. Yeah, I think it's Mackey. I can't remember who it was, but they had the most tackles. And of course, look at the numbers here. You guys can pause the video there for the most part there, but our defense has been very good. They've been lock, stock, and just shutting teams down, and not really giving other quarterbacks or other teams a chance to really score, as often as our offense is able to score. So, yeah, our defense. I like our defense right now. Of course, we're gonna be losing a lot of guys on both sides of the ball next year. I'm really trying to do my best not to think about that, but recruiting wise has been tough, and that's one of the things I kind of like about this game, because you can't get everybody that you have on your board, and also you can't get people even within your own state. So we got to really work hard here to convince the people that we're trying to recruit right now for next season to sign with us, be a part of our team, and and try to build something here at Memphis. You see the punt return yards there as well. But yeah, this game is very, very, it's very tough when it comes to recruiting. Here you see some passing yards already. Well, we got some records here for them. There you see we've already broken 2 records. Seth has broken a record there for passing yards in a game, and so did Mario. Got rushing yards, most rushing yards in a game as well this season. So big ups to them. There you see passing touchdowns in a game. He's already had. This is for the American Conference. There, he has 8, the most so far this season in a game. So yeah, this is really cool seeing them show the actual stat, or the records being changed, and of course records being broken, and all that kind of stuff. So really cool. I'm glad they added that into the game as well. But back to recruiting here, like I was mentioning here, we're trying to get Weatherspoon. He's our top guy here. We're getting closer and closer. He has a week 8 visit coming up here very soon, and we're hoping that'll be the week that we can lock him down and get him to sign. But he has been so tough to convince here to sign out. He is, I believe, considered a wide or a quarterback here. I believe he has pretty good arm there when we scouted him there. So that's one of the things we're looking for. But also, too, I believe he's also a good receiver because, like I said, he's got great speed. And there you see we're changing some of the things up here. He's going to be here for that North Texas game. And so, like I said, we got to try to do very well in that game to really seal the deal and get him to sign. There you see he's going to be attending the positions team meeting there. Yeah, young man, 6 foot, 222 pounds from Alabama. I feel like, as you see his numbers there, he has pretty good throw. So he's a quarterback. But I think in this game they said that they can be more than just that. He could also be a running back. But by the looks of those numbers there, I mean, most importantly, I think he's going to be a quarterback for sure. And of course, having a quarterback is always helpful. That's something that's the first, besides the offensive line, building from the ground up. When you have so many seniors going, quarterback's one of those things too as well, because we could lose a lot of guys from the transfer portal, and that's what I'm kind of really nervous about. We're winning games here, but at the same time, are we convincing these guys to stick around here for another year that could possibly go get a chance to play somewhere else? So we right now we're doing very well. We're 5-0, but what is these next 5 games going to look like? Can we continue going on the run we're going, or will we start slipping and falling? And if we do slip and fall, how do we come out of that? So that's a lot of questions right now. Coach Marvel and the rest of the coaching staff are talking about in the coaches room, and really trying to figure out a way how to really convince these players to come here to Memphis. Got a lot of players around the Arkansas, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Missouri area. Matter of fact, I have one recruit here on this list. He is from where I'm from St. Joseph, Missouri. So that's pretty cool. I thought that was really cool. I'm like, oh wow, got a guy from St. Joe, Missouri. That's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, this recruiting in the game is really, I really do enjoy it. It's really fun. You have to go in here. It kind of reminds me, like I said, some of the older games where you had to ask them questions, you had to get to know them. I like the idea of having so many hours. Of course, beforehand, I think every school in the previous games back in the PS3 era, I think everybody had the same hours. So I think you had like 1,000 hours. But this one's a little different now. We're a smaller school, so we only have so many hours. So we have like 450 hours, and right now we got 20 hours. Now we gotta, there might be things like, okay, we can't talk to them about this no more. We gotta put those points onto, somebody else, so we can, we gotta, scout, or we have to, go to their DMs or go check out their social media. The list goes on and on and on. So that's what you see here. We're changing a lot of things around. Also too, there got guys that want to make a visit. So, okay, we got to drop these points off this guy here. Not to mention, we got to, if there's guys that we're just not in the running for, that are just too far, next week we could be on the verge of getting dropped off their list, then yeah, and there you see here we're this close to get to Drew there. But you see there, we're not quite there in his top 5 yet, and that's what you want to be. You want to be at top 5 or top 3, so you can make a good contingent at him and make some get opportunities to get a hold of him more often, and be able to find out what he's looking for in a team, and then kind of go from there, trying to soft sell him or hard sell him the idea of coming to that school. So you see we got Monty Guy, deep threat for a wide receiver. He is from Mississippi as well. And there you see he's made some changes here to his. So far we have not found what his thing is, but we are talking to his friends and family. But we're going to take some points off here. We're going to kind of move these points to something else. We're going to try to soft sell him here. So we're going to try to go to the ones that are in green. There you see there the championship contender. Of course, you see conference prestige, playing time. Right now, I mean, for the most part here, playing time, that's what the kind of ones I've been kind of hitting at here. Is like, hey, if you come here, you're going to have playing time. We got a lot of seniors, on both sides of the ball. They're going to be gone. There's a good chance here that your first year, you'll probably get some playing time, especially within the first 4 weeks. If you can show us what you can do in those first 4 weeks, and from there, especially those first 4 weeks, no one's going to get red shirted. And then, after those 4 weeks, then we got to make decisions on who we want a red shirt and try to convince them, hey, we're red shirting you because we want to keep you here for next year. We think you'll be ready for next year instead of this year. And of course, they can make their minds up and say, hey, thanks, coach, but, I really want to start this year. I'm going to go in the transfer portal. But then also, too, at the same time, they may go to the transfer portal, but may not get picked up. So there's a good chance that we could still keep them here. That's what I said. I think this was a great idea. I'm glad EA Sports put this in the game and got to make it realistic. I remember in the old games you did have the transfer. But I remember there was a player that I had as a linebacker. We signed him because we was like, okay, yeah, he's pretty decent. He won't be able to start next year. He's going to have to sit out a year. But then that next year, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, where's this guy come from? I had to go back and look at my notes and like, oh, he was a guy that we picked up from transfer. He was one of our transfer players. Like, he had to start this year, and some players worked out, some others didn't. I decided to put them in a certain type of role on the team to help us out, either on offense or defense. And sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't do so well. But for the most part here, this was I think that with this new recruiting system they have in here, of course, I don't pay attention to the top classes yet because. You could be in the hole way down there, last place, the beginning of the year, and then next you know it, you come out of nowhere, and here you are, one of the best recruiting teams in the nation. So I don't really get into that for the most part there. I thought this name was kind of cool. Bad News. He is not a part of our team, as he is going to be. He is verbally committed there to Mississippi State. So. Best of luck to him. He is from Columbia, Mississippi, and he's a left tackle there that we were going after. 6'6", 289 pounds. He had some pretty good, decent, numbers there. He would have started with us. Now, who says, he verbally committed now, but something can definitely change, and he can decommit, and then decide, hey, I got a scholarship offer from you guys. Is it still on the table? And this right there at this point, yeah, it's still on the table. We need all the people we can get right now, because like I said, we gotta have we're gonna have a huge change offensively and defensively going into next season. So we're trying to find the right guys here. Of course, the recruiting is not gonna stop here in the regular season. It's gonna continue on in the off season. We're gonna try to find even more players to help us out. As best that we can find, the ones that are the best of the best. There you see the guy from St. Joseph, Missouri, Bernie Forrest, 3-star guy. I wonder what school he went to. I wonder if he went to Lafayette Central or at Benton. Or did he go St. Joseph Christian? I don't know. Or LeBlanc. I don't know. Anyway, 6'5", 295 there, as he's a run stopper. 3-star, like I said, athlete there out of the state of Missouri. And there you see, we're trying to do our best here to try to work and trying to find out what we can get out of this, out of the information we have about him, or what information we can try to go with. And there you see the different, you got social media search, you got his, talk to him, his DM. We can contact his family and friends. We can just throw the house at him. And I've been kind of doing a lot of those with some of the ones I feel like I really am trying to make a push for. I feel like, hey, these guys are gonna be a perfect fit for us for next season. They will start right off the bat. So I did that, and of course, offering them a scholarship. And right now, we're still wearing those guys down. We're still wearing them down. And Bernie here, I don't know. At some point here, if he does not sign here in the next 2 weeks, we might have to let him go, because he's costing us a lot of points here, and we got to get something going. We got to get some. We're trying to get those DNs there to help us out next season. As I think we're gonna be losing at least 2, maybe 3 DNs next season. So that, and of course, I feel like on the defensive side of the ball, that's gonna be important for us. I like to run blitz and just cause problems with the offensive line when it comes to rushing. Let's see, we got a young man. He's a JUCO player, sophomore, from Little Rock, Arkansas. So there are JUCO players in here, just like in the past games, where they'll come in as transfers, and so we're looking for those as well. Actually, I think I added a few more here since this past week. Actually, after this video, I think I added a few more. I think I had like 4 or 5 more JUCOs I thought were had some interest in us, and we're gonna try to do our best to try to convince them to join us next season. But take a look at his numbers there. Wilhelm, 3-star guy. Tennessee's as a speed rusher, I should say. 6 foot, 271. There you see his attributes there. And like I said, just trying our best to really try to figure out what players are going to work out for us, which ones are going to take some time. And like I said, this is definitely going to be a challenge here. If we were a bigger school, if we one of those Power 4 schools, we would have lots of hours that we could spend on really convincing players to trying to come to that school. But we're a small power group of 5 school, and we gotta just deal with what we can deal with. It's gonna take some time. This school is not gonna be a monster powerhouse overnight. I wouldn't say it's gonna be that. And maybe have a couple years for that to happen. And of course, we may not even be here for that. Maybe be here for a season or 2 or whatever the case may be, based on what happens in the coach's carousel. If we happen to play bad, we can easily get fired. And I did put that on. I remember, I said this at the beginning of the series. If we get fired, we get fired, and so that means we have to look for another job. And hopefully, we find another job. They'll pick us up, and we can just, hopefully learn from our mistakes and get better working at whatever school we go to. There you see Nathan Osrook. He verbally signed, or verbally committed, I should say, to the Razorbacks. He is right there from Springdale, is it Lafayette? I think it's Lafayette that Arkansas is at. Nonetheless, he's from Springdale, Arkansas. Actually, I had a friend in college that was from there, Mr. Eric Munoz. He was from Springdale, Arkansas. There, he played football there in high school. So, but yeah, this young man going to be a Razorback as he'll be there in Arkansas, at least for the time being. And again, like I said, things could definitely drastically change if he decides to just, get picked up by another school, or if the Razorbacks get somebody that's better than him. He finds out about it, and it's like I'm not gonna get the playing time because that guy's ahead of me now. So it's like okay, I guess I'm gonna have to change schools. So like I said, verbally committed doesn't mean they're necessarily committed full on, because we still have National Signing Day coming up in the second half of the going into the off season there. But just take a look here. Here's just some of the things when it comes to we definitely need to change. We got pro potential. See our studio atmosphere is all right, it's decent for right now. But academic, we gotta get academics up. We gotta get coaching prestige up. We gotta get so many things up to really, we gotta get those in those greens, so we can promote the school in a good light, and really try to convince guys to come to a small school like Memphis. And like I said, we were just trying to help build on this. And I don't know how long we're gonna be here at Memphis, but we are here until the point where we become the head coach. Then we could do that. We could be the head, try to get these guys committed and try to get them there. But like I said, we're just really OC right now, running offense, and so far this offense has been playing really good. There you see, in the first week we beat FCS Southeast, and then Troy. That was a good win there. And of course the big win was against our ranked, I believe number 19 ranked Florida State, as we beat them at home in front of a big crowd there, 49-14. Oh man, that was just right there. That was just the ice on the cake there. And that was a big game there for us. That was really nationally televised, I'm assuming. And yeah, we just kicked the living stuffings out of Florida State there. Scored 21 points in that second quarter, and then didn't do nothing much in the third. But then in the fourth quarter, we turned it on again and put 14 on the board there. So there you see GJ, of course, a former Clemson Tiger, of course now with Florida, and of course he's on his revenge tour from last season. 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Rondell Williams, no touchdowns there for him, but he had 14 carries on 50 yards there in that game. But yeah, we did a great job there. We shut down the run, the passing as well. The defense did a great job there against their receivers, jamming them up, giving them a hard time. Even though Benson got over 100 yards there in the game, for the most part, he got in the end zone once. So did Douglas, and Douglas came up 2 yards short of getting the century mark there. But nonetheless, our team, they did a fantastic job. As Florida just really, first half, they just had a really tough time getting their offense going and trying to go in the right direction, and really just trying to win. It's just been brutal time for them in that game, and I'm sure that they're really happy that I'm sure they were not too happy with how that game ended there. I'm sure they'll be looking to get Zach some revenge on us. In sometime probably in the near future. But there you see, just looking at some some other stats here. But yeah, this was a great game there. That's gonna put on a resume there. That should help convince the posters to hopefully with that if we can get some more wins here, especially against some other ranked opponents as well, that will really help us here. As we're trying to get to be one of those 12 schools that can be a part of the first ever 12-team college playoff. But there you see stats numbers: 3 touchdowns, almost 200 yards for the game, 1 sack. As for the ground game, there 3 rushing touchdowns. They're on 38 carries for 254 yards. That game, Mr. Anderson. the honors of Player of the Week. I believe both in the American and nationally. And of course, that started the talk about him possibly going for the Heisman, which he is now in the top 5 here in the last couple of weeks here. In the top 5 of Heisman talk. And of course, you know, it'd be nice. It would be awesome for us to get a Heisman Trophy winner this first year. Not one of our goals that we're looking for there. We're just trying to have a successful team and try to bring in as much recruits as we possibly can, because year 2 is really the year that you get your franchise or your dynasty started. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If we can get him to be a Heisman Trophy winner, which we're gonna try to do our best, that would be so awesome. And hopefully that will carry us to, a big time bowl game. I don't know about the playoffs. Playoffs? Yeah, I don't know about the playoffs. Possibly. We do. That'd be awesome. But at the same time, it's like, ooh, too soon, too early. We might have to take a step back here. But yeah, for the most part here, like I said, this game was just, offense, defense, special teams. I mean, everything was clicking. And for the most part here, I'm happy that we got a nice win here. But then we turn around, and the following week we would go ahead and go against the Navy shipment. And yeah, don't adjust the screen there. You're reading that right. 88-13. We put a whooping on them, and honestly, to the point here where I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, maybe I should put the second string guys in, give them some reps. But it was just like, we're just running the offense, and the shipmen were nowhere. I mean, they were lost in sea, to say the least there. Oh, man. 550 yards there, 8 touchdowns. Anderson had 32 carries, 255 yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. He had 4 broken tackles in that game, and he had 2 20 yards or more carries in that game. So, and then also Thomas helped him out there. 7 carries for 128 yards, and a rushing touchdown of his own. And like I said, this was just crazy that we see all this. And you see Rock Taylor, 8 catches, 233 yards. And then, of course, Drake had 9 catches, 171 yards, and 4 touchdowns in his game. As he was just a beast out there. And I know, talking to Coach Marvel there, he said that Drake's social media was blowing up for that game, and rightfully so. And of course, talking to Coach Marvel, he said that he was just running his offense there, just what he had scheduled going down the field, for the majority of the game. I mean, he just, a lot of the plays just really worked out in the favor and in our favor, and we went ahead and just kept, saying, okay, well, we'll just run with it. If this is how this game is going to be, we can just go with it. And then, we got a couple of second string guys in there, get some reps as well. I really think that, Seth, like I said, that was one of the things I was really concerned about, because I didn't want him to overdo it, and then end up getting dinged in the game. Of course, he did get intercepted once, but that was because of my just bad reading and bad timing, as usual, when it comes to reading the defense there. But yeah, this was a great performance there for us. And like I said, Grant Grant did the damage there, got the interception. But yeah, I mean, for the most part here, if we didn't have that, by far this was a perfect type of game that you want to be a part of. And the guys did a great job there of really putting it to the midshipmen there in week 4. Then week 5, we had a nice game there against Middle Tennessee State, 76-14. That was the last episode there. And then, great win. Got our 5th win of the season. Of course, got our first, midshipman was our first win, conference win there. But as you take a look here, we got some pretty interesting matchups here. We got UCF. Of course, we got week 8. We got North Texas. We got a recruit coming there for that day, so that game's going to be very important. We got Charlotte, UTSA, Rice, UAB, which by the looks of it, a lot of people are talking about UAB possibly being the team that we could have to face in there, or it could be Rice. And of course, Florida Atlanta's playing very well as well. They're on a 4-game winning streak. But yeah, pretty much we could see any of those teams, 2 teams, if we keep running the table. We can see any of those 3 teams right now facing us. And the question is, are we the heavy favorites right now? Yes, we are. But we'll have to see how we do. Take a look around. We're just going to take a quick look here around the conferences. ACC, you got, of course, Clemson there, ranked number 4 in the nation. You got Syracuse right behind them. 4-0 record, but a 2-0. Both have 2-0s right now in the conference. Duke pulling the train, or pulling the caboose there at dead last. Big 12, there you see Kansas 5-0, and they're 2-0 in conference. I see a lot of people doing quick rebuilds of Kansas. That was one of the schools I was considering going for, but I'm sorry to tell myself, like, yeah, that's gonna be a school that a lot of people are gonna go for. UCF, another school there that I see a lot of people doing here on YouTube as well. Kansas State down there in the middle of the pack, along with Utah, Arizona, and then at the very bottom there it is TCU, who of course have really fallen from grace since a couple seasons ago. They had a pretty good team there. And then the Big Ten, you got Indiana there, the Hoosiers, currently right now in first place in the Big Ten, and playing some really good football as of late. And then, of course, Michigan right behind there. Of course, they are the national champions. I believe they're number 2 in the nation. Ohio State, number 1. And, of course, they have their classic matchup here later on this season, as well as Oregon. They're, of course, one of the newcomers of the Big Ten, formerly a Pac-12 school. And then Minnesota, Nebraska, Washington, Rutgers, USC, Maryland, Michigan State, Penn State, Iowa, Northwestern, Wisconsin, UCLA, Illinois, and Purdue. And then Conference USA, you got Jacksonville State, Liberty, Kennesaw State. Of course, if you guys are following my series there on the Road to Glory series there on the second channel, definitely go check it out. We're playing as got Bryce Calhoun playing a quarterback at Kennesaw State, having a lot of fun with that. And then you got Notre Dame and the Independents with UMass and UConn. And then we'll go look at the MAC here real quick. Toledo right now, the Rockets, and currently now taking a nice they have not played a conference game yet, but they are definitely leading overall in that this conference as well. And there you see at the bottom there is Northern Illinois, taking last place for right now with an 0-4 record. And then out in the Mountain West, you got the Broncos of Boise State, Hawaii, UNLV, all have a 3-1 record. Then you got a pretty good list of 3-2, and then you got a couple of 2-2, and then Colorado, Nevada, and San Diego State round out the bottom there, as they are all 3 of them are 1-3. The Pac-2, of course, Oregon State and Washington State. Oregon State right now 3-1, and of course Washington 1-4. And then the SEC, they got right now Razorbacks right now 5-0 right now. They have not lost a game overall or in conference. They're currently 2-0 in conference, as they're on a 5-game winning streak. They are red hot right now and could be moving up that top 25 poll here very quickly. And then, of course, you got Ole Miss, Texas, Florida, Georgia, Missouri, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, looking at number 11 there in the SEC, as well as Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, Kentucky, Auburn, LSU, and, of course, Mississippi State and Texas A&M rounding it out here in SEC. So, and then we got one more here. It's gonna be the Sun Belt, Texas State. I've noticed a lot of people when they're playing this game, either streaming it or are using Texas State. They are like an OP team here in this game, and I've seen a lot of people say they had a lot of fun building that school. So that's very interesting. And of course, there you see they're the only conference that have divisions still. I've been thinking about bringing back divisions, but I don't know. I already have an idea what the divisions would be for each of everybody, but I don't know. I might just keep it as it is. But right now, Sun Belt, there you see their lineup right now in their division. They're in the East and the West. And of course, the top 25 poll, like we mentioned already, with some of the schools there. Of course, Ohio State, Michigan at 1 and 2, Oregon, Clemson, Georgia, Notre Dame at 6, Kansas at 8, Alabama at number 11, Oklahoma State at 14, Missouri, boo, at number 13. UCF at number 17. And what are the others? Arkansas, SMU, Utah, Oklahoma, Florida, Florida State, Nebraska, yes, finally up there at number 24. And then at number 25 is Syracuse, the Orange there, taking the last spot there and the top 25. And of course, there you see other people that got votes this week, as well as the 2024 Heisman Trophy. And there you see two of our guys there, Mario Anderson, top of the list for right now, and of course Seth Hannigan there at the bottom, both seniors. Of course, Anderson is a redshirt senior, but nonetheless doing a great job here representing us. And of course, having these two on this list is a great honor. And now the question is, for a lot of Memphis fans here in this great city, wondering, can they stay on that list for the rest of the season? And possibly, hopefully, one of them can win it. And that's what we're going to try to do our best here in the next couple of weeks. Try to get more plays implemented with them. And obviously, try to see if we can get them to score more often and frequent as we possibly can. But, at the same time, still, keep doing what we're doing here this season. As we take a look here at the coach abilities there, I've added some points here and there for different tactics here in our tactics menu, and of course some other things as well, as like recruiting and such and everything like that. So it's going to take some time. I do have it on a slower pace, so we're not getting as much XP as quick enough. If you can change the way how you get XP, especially for coaches. If you want to go fast, slow, medium, normal speed or whatever. But I have mine's at slow, so we're doing very well on the field. And of course, there you see the recruiting help our efforts to get more chances by getting more recruiting hours there. And in order to do that, we got to get some wins and earn some XP and stuff. So we're doing our best there, and so far, like I said, with the recruiting there, you've seen we've been getting some pretty good recruits here, and we're getting close to nailing some of them down. But yeah, like I said, I like this new system they're having here, and hopefully we'll get better at it as the weeks and of course the more seasons we play, we'll get better and better. But there you see the coaching abilities for our head coach, as he's a scheme guru. And of course, we're working on ours. There you see defensive coordinators, as he's a master motivator. And then take a look here at week 6. Here are some of the week 6 games. And of course, you guys can pause the video there to check some of them out. Appalachian State versus Marshall. You got UCF taking on Florida. What else you have? You have UCLA taking on Penn State. Nebraska taking on or hosting Rutgers. Bama taking on Vanderbilt. You already know that's gonna be a quick game. No diss there to Vanderbilt fans, but come on, as well as classic, a nice little rivalry there. West Virginia taking on number 14 Oklahoma State. That's gonna be a big game there for West Virginia. And then, of course, there you see the rest of week 6 here in this coaching carousel. So, yeah, this has been, like I said, it's been a fun season so far. First 5 games playing very well. We're taking our time down the field. We're kind of going on schedule with the way things are going right now for us. And we'll see if we can keep that up as we get deeper and deeper into the season. And like I said, we're playing on All-American. We're playing on Matt 10's All-American sliders there. So I'll try to leave a link down below. I think I can't remember if I did in a previous episode or not, but I'll leave a link down below of Matt 10's sliders there on Operation Sports. Definitely go check it out. Go check out his channel as well here on YouTube. He has some great videos there. He explains his sliders and why he does what he does there with his sliders. And for the most part here, I know him and Mr. Hurricane, they get together with each other about the sliders. And I actually talked to him about the sliders as well. And like I said, he does a great job there of just making slider sets that make the game realistic. I know a lot of people use the slider sets there and whatnot. So if you're looking for something that's realistic, fun, you get some pretty decent realistic numbers and all that kind of stuff, definitely go check out his slider set. And like I said, it's gonna be down below in the description there for you guys to go check that out. And of course, like I said, go check out his YouTube channel. Always great content over there. But that is it as we get wrapped up. We wrap up week 6. That is going to be it for this episode as we get ready for week number 7, and we go and we take on UCF. Yes, we're going to go to Tampa, taking on the Bulls. As they're currently 3-2, and they are looking to get themselves a nice win here against, and of course try to knock us off our pedestal right now in the American. And we'll see if they can do that coming up in the next episode. So the next episode should be up here in the next day or two. As I always say, have a great day. Keep yourself each other healthy. Go Tigers, go! Let's go all in. Let's get this victory. We'll see what we can do coming up in the next video. And again, guys, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. And as always, again, keep yourselves each other healthy. And I will see you all next time.